going on, people? Happy Friday. It's your boy Bajan Barnes. I'm here with my boy Chris Angel. Welcome to BajanRedsTV. Hope everyone had a good week, blessed week. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm all right. A lot of information came out today that I
I
think
know.
it's a little bit disturbing. I think it's causing a lot of friction between the fan base. Obviously, everyone's going to interpret what Klopp said differently. Obviously, that's the part of being a human being. You take things differently. Um, but yeah, man, it's going to be a nice conversation, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting conversation. I've got a whole bunch of the quotes here written down. So yeah, we're gonna go through each of them one by one. Trust me on that one. But big up to everyone that's in the chat. Smash that like button for us. Yeah, tonight's gonna be pretty crazy. That is for sure. Um, Redbird not able to watch live. We'll watch the replay. Have a great show. Bless all. Bless up,
So
Redbird.
I appreciate that, man.
Big up D. Big up everyone. Mark A. Bajan speaking the truth on Coppish. Yeah, bro.
I didn't
Gotta.
even. Oh, you were just on there. I didn't even
Yeah,
catch.
that's why it was late.
Oh.
Captain Sal, big up Bajan and Drift. True dog, Drifty looked stunned. It's true. Drifty looked shocked when I told him I was on the Klop out train though.
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting that, to be honest. Bajan played that high line, caught Drifty offside. It's true. It's true. Big up Marianne. If Callum says Klop out, I think he might quit YouTube. But yeah, Chris, let me chop up some of these quotes. So here's the first one that I'm gonna talk about right now. This is from Klopp. When you have a budget and somebody tells you the prices, what can you do? The decision of the budget comes from the owners, and other decisions come from us. If the budget is the budget, then what we have to do what we can do.
Let me turn off my TV because I don't want to conflict your channel.
Yeah. So look, I can start with this comment. You, as Jurgen Klopp, know what your owners are. You know how they operate. And I just left it as my last comment on Coppish before I came on here to start this show. You know how FSG operates. They told you they're going to give you money after you won the Champions League, and we got Seth Vandenberg, Adrian, and Harvey Elliott. And then you're going to consistently believe what they tell you, that you have a budget. We ain't got no budget. We got enough budget to sign one player every season, it seems like, for the last umpteen seasons. It's pretty crazy. And for people to expect, miracles to happen when you got the same midfield for the last 5 seasons, you got to give your head a shake, man, because it don't make sense to me. The math ain't mathing. That's the truth. It ain't mathing. Chris, what you think? What do you think of that, man? That comment when you hear that?
Okay, so I'm not surprised. I don't know if people are surprised about what was said, because I think we all knew that. In every and I'm not surprised, because in every walk of life you have a budget. Now, some people might not like the budget that LFC has, or might not like the budget based on what you do for work or whatever, but everyone has a budget and you have to work on your means.
Yeah.
Now, if you have an issue with that, then state that you have an issue with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sent you the video, and I actually heard him actually talking about every point. But he said, I think there was a point where he said, well, I don't agree with I don't agree with some of the things that's happening, but I'm an employee, so I have to pretty much go with the flow type thing or whatever. And that I love the club, etc., etc. And it's like, okay, you can't just say one thing and then contradict it with the other thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. And then that's the thing too. And people are gonna probably not agree, but the budget. Okay, the budget. So, if I'm correct too, I think he mentioned that there was a player that we wanted, but he went to Real Madrid in that YouTube video that I sent you.
Yeah, sure, many.
Sure,
Yeah,
man. So that means we were going for him, right?
yeah,
Okay. Where was the plan B for Shuameni? Now people say, okay, well, it's Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham and Shuameni are two completely different players.
two different positions.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one that's weird for me. Okay. That to me is poor planning, right?
Yep.
And then in the past, we've spent 160 million on new attackers. Some that we don't need and some that we do need.
Yep.
You know, so I'm a bit confused. And then you look at, I think since 2018, if I'm correct, we've only signed one senior midfielder. Now, is that a FSG issue or is that a Klop issue?
That's a Klopp issue.
Do you know what I mean? So, and now I know we're getting to the realm of I don't want to get into the realm of sell to buy, but I don't really look at it like that anymore because it's like we have a certain amount of players we can be registered to the squad, right?
Yeah.
You have to let go of these players to bring in players. So how are you supposed to bring in players if we're not letting some players go? We need to create squad space, in my opinion.
Yeah, we do.
So there's a quote come out from Melissa Redding.
Yep.
I'm gonna read it to you. In 20 wait, oh, where'd it go? 1 second. So it says, all right, news. In 2021, some of the Liverpool recruiting team were flagging that the squad was moving away from the right footballing age. So this is 2021. And in 2021, if I'm correct, Michael Edwards announced he was leaving the club.
Correct.
So what happened? We extended Henderson. We extended Milner.
Yep.
And now we sit here, and this is the question that I kind of want to ask people is like, there is no plan in place, and there hasn't been a plan for a while. When you have senior people leaving the club that are essential to what Liverpool is right now, that's an issue. So Michael Edwards left. Julian Ward is leaving after one season. Ian Graham, the head of like analyticals and stuff, is leaving as well. That to me is more concerning than anything because that's your backbone in a way,
Yep.
and it's leaving. You know, so I don't know. Like, so some of the quotes that were said today were Klopp is not surprising to me. It really isn't. Like, I already knew all this. I think some of us already knew this. You know, so
Yep.
and there's another quote. I don't know if you've seen the video where he's talking about something about Ferraris. We can't afford Ferraris or something like that. And
Yeah. There's an analogy on there. Yeah. So if you have a kid that asks for a Ferrari, that's not realistic. Yeah, I
yeah.
saw
So,
that.
but in that same message, I think Bajan he said that I'm used to working with constraints. Like I'm used to
Yes.
working with a budget, so I'm okay with that. So it's like, okay, you say one thing, but then you want to like make it seem like it's so back and forth to me. I don't know, man. Like,
It's true. It's
like
true.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Like I don't, and then when you sit there and think about it, they're saying the quoted for Jude Bellingham is 150 something million plus add-on.
Yeah. Plus
Come on,
add-ons.
bro. Like this ain't no
No
Neymar, man.
chance.
This is
Yeah,
not a
exactly.
Neymar. This isn't.
No chance.
What has he done in his footballing career to warrant that price?
Yep.
I'm sorry that's ridiculous.
I agree.
You know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
Everyone, I pinned the link to jump on the stream if you want to jump on to chop it up. But yeah, I agree, Chris.
Like,
Captain Bajan threw a haymaker at Drifty today. Yeah, I know he didn't see that coming. I kind of feel bad, to be honest. That's my boy still. I saw the look on his face and he was shell shocked, bro. He was like,
but you think Bajan, you think as fans has accepted mediocrity? I think
I
that's
hope
I think that's what it is. I think because the club, theoretically speaking, when you look at the past couple of years, have starved of success.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
because Klopp has won us stuff, he can do no wrong.
Yeah, it's true. People don't question what he does and thinks that he can't do no wrong.
You know,
Yeah,
and
that's what I got a problem with that.
I just can't, and I just don't see how people think that way. In my opinion, like a lot of these players have to go, and a lot of people will sit there and say, "Well, no, the players are still good. We just have to bring in a couple of signings to compensate them."
Yeah.
No, you gotta let them go. This ain't a retirement home.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
did I miss? What did I miss?
We just chatting about some of these quotes here that coming out from Klop from today. I'm gonna peep at them right now. Grab. I can start going through them, and we
Yeah,
can
I
chop.
see a few of them. I see a few of them, man. Like me personally, I ain't reactionary like a lot of Liverpool fans. So yeah, I can just wait and see what happens. I ain't trying to judge nobody. I ain't trying to get involved in this. We know how much Jude was gonna cost, but we still kind of dropped the ball. I
Yeah,
don't know, man. Like for me, 130, 50, 60 million, that's ridiculous money.
That is.
You know what I'm saying it's not worth it for one player, considering where we are in terms of our team, the depth. We can get 3-4 good players with that money
easily.
So I don't. A lot of fans are gonna be upset. I mean, because everybody thought Jude was coming, right? But everybody knew the price, man. We all knew the price.
I don't know why they were would thinking they're possible to see the state of this team right now. Think that going to spend that money on one player would have solved your issues.
No, it's
wouldn't.
not.
We'd be terrible next year again if that was all we did.
The problem is Liverpool fans are very reactionary, man. Like
they are.
You know, it's like boom.
They are.
You know?
They are. I'm gonna bring in John. He's there in the background. Let me just read this quote first, and then I'll bring in John to get his opinion on it as well. So, Klopp on midfielders. We have to make decisions for the team and the club. We cannot be angry if we don't get this or that. We cannot discuss things that we want to discuss all of the time in public. We have to sort it. That's all that we have to do. It doesn't help if I ask for something and I don't get it. To say I don't want it anymore, that's rubbish.
But that sounds like he's accepting mediocrity, though.
That's what it sounds like to me too, as well. I agree.
You know, the man said. He also said that sometimes some things are not possible. You know, you might want it. You know, as a kid, you want a Ferrari, like you said, right? But that doesn't mean you can afford one. So
yeah, but he also said that we're spoiled for wanting top four.
It's true.
So what are we doing? You know what I mean?
John,
I just want to wait and see. Honestly, I still got a little bit of faith in Klopp. So I want to see what happens in the summer. And if a certain amount of players come in with a certain amount of quality, then we gotta give it a go and see how it works out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he got one more season. Honestly, in my opinion, after next season, he's gotta go. I don't care how good we play or whatever. He just gotta go.
He can go right now for me.
He can't.
So John said, "Big up, Bajan. Was loving your call and Coppish. I'm with you. Tired of Klopp shielding these owners and getting no blame." So John, from your comment, welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Bajan. I was just I'm just tired. I think I was like what Rasta said. I was with Klopp this season, and then it's just like as the season went on, and now we're getting all this. It's just like the cherry on top. It was getting to me towards the season, like in the season. Have you wasted this season? And then as we get further and further in, you did waste a season. You just don't want to say it, and he's like walking around it, and he's like trying to there's this childish comment. I never believe we're gonna get a Bellingham like you were saying. A lot of the fans thought, because it's not really what we need. It's not the best for us, but like the way that these guys were like putting it together, it's like we were gonna get him. So like by principle, we should have got him anyway. But now it's like being called spoil or whatever. It's just like why do you gotta go there? Like couldn't you like put it in a better way? Like it's like calling Liverpool fans childish and whatever. It just seems a bit too much. It's like
I agree. I agree.
It is what it is, man. Sometimes people say things, and it just for me, I just want to wait and see. Honestly, I get it. I understand fans are pissed off, man. And honestly, like you guys say, you know, like he keeps covering for the owners, but yeah, as an employee, would you throw your boss under the bus if he wasn't operating right?
I do agree with your point. Like that point, like I do agree with Ross.
You know what I mean? You can't do it just like that, right? I think Klopp is acting professionally. Honestly, he's doing a very professional job, like a politician. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to wait and see the summer, man. I just wanted the season to be done now, so I can see what happens.
Is there maybe a better way to maybe toe the line, like say something without saying something, like you know?
Yeah, definitely you can do that. But I don't
do it being politically correct. Yeah, there's ways to do it for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think Klopp has the goods to do it though. He's very
he doesn't, man.
German, I would say. So,
yeah.
So you know.
Captain Sal, I agree with you. It's obvious that Jude was a pipe dream. Yeah, I didn't believe that he was coming either. No, he loves the 15 million. Yeah, he does.
Jude could end up being like Sancho. I mean, like, who knows if Jude's gonna work out still, right? I mean, I would love to have the guy. Don't get me wrong, but for 150 mil, man.
Yeah, I'm not giving one player 150 for one player. No chance.
I mean, it's because he's English, you know. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but still, crap. Honestly,
do you think Madrid would get him cheaper because he's not like
they're gonna have to spend? Dortmund don't mess around.
Okay.
When Dortmund set a price, they don't play around.
I honestly think he's gonna be there next season.
I think he's gonna stay for the next season.
I think so. Unless
I think
get a magic
contract. I think he'll sign a new contract with a release clause in it that it won't be stupid like what they're asking now, and that way next summer he'll be able to go where he wants to go.
Yeah.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
I agree. I think so.
Honestly.
Unless somebody comes out and just like, yo, slap 150 million down like that, you know what I mean? Chelsea.
I don't see that happening, to be honest with you. Look at this comment from Mark. That's Klopp waiting for the right midfielder, whatever that is. Yeah, I agree. I hate it. What do you mean waiting for the right player?
But Tuchemani was the right midfielder. But guess what happened? We didn't get it, and he had no backup plan. Backup plan. So that was it.
I agree with that a little bit, just a little bit, because if the squad is in a position that it can wait 6 months or a year, then you wait for the target. Right now, the squad is right now the squad is in no position to wait for the right person.
Yeah,
you have to bring players in. Like,
yep, I agree.
So
big up Uncle Anfield.
Damn, you got the legends coming in today.
The old school boys.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Rastacrab, Virgin Bonds. Oh, Chris Dales with a bomb buckler. What's going on, man? Listen, man. You know what it is, yeah? You know what it is? We're becoming a joke thing in the thing that, yeah? We're becoming a joke thing.
A joke?
Because we should not be in this position today. I hear man's all talking about Alex Scott from Bristol City. That's what we should be looking at. Come on now, man. Seriously?
He's nice, though. I kind of like him. I ain't going to lie.
Nah, but when the levels that Liverpool are on, we should not be looking down the championship. We should be looking upwards.
But honestly,
you feel me?
But that should be something that's someone we buy and then we loan out again.
We ruin youngsters, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But the fact is that if we're gonna buy that player and then loan him out again, we might just let him stay where he is. Maybe just stay where he is. And for that, we should be really at the day onwards upwards. There's no way that we should be in a position that we've been told season after season after season that we cannot afford this player. We can't afford this player. Why are we being told that? So what? All right, if we cannot afford this player, if we cannot afford Jude Bellingham and then yeah, so we can't afford him. That's what they're saying. We cannot afford him. What have we been doing for the last 10 years? Or we had our finger stuck up our ass or something? What are we doing for the last 10 years?
We can't afford him. We just don't want to spend that money on one player.
That's what I'm saying. None that matter about dog. Not true, Rastacrab. The thing is about it, everybody said today that FSG haven't got the money to spend. They have got the money to spend. That's what hurts me. They've got the money.
Who?
They literally got the money, but they just don't want to spend it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They rather give you money at the day to buy a mediocre player at the day, right? That's not going to work out. So what they can do, they can shut them off for more than what they got them for. Do you understand what I'm saying? Make a little profit on them. Fuck the team. They don't care about the team. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, really and truly at the day, why is it that Klopp has to make excuses at the end of the day for people like for FSG all the time? What he does he makes excuses for them. Why is it at the end of the day that Klopp at the day has to double down on players all the time? Why is it at the end of the day that he has to go and find an alternative? Why can't he get the players at the day that he wants? Why can't he get the players at the day that's gonna do well for the team? Because we can say it and they go out and buy this person, go back that person, and from that, right? But are they gonna do well for the team? Are they gonna do well? Because Kevin Thuram and everything that. But all sense of purpose, he's a good player, but he's still developing.
Still raw.
I don't want the player. I don't want the player at the end of the day that's still developing because he's still developing. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he's still developing. I want the finished article. Why can't we get the finished article? Why can't we go out and buy a Moses Caicedo? Why can't we go out and buy a Jude Bellingham? Do you know what I mean? Why can't we go out and buy?
Time out. But they're
You know
not
what I mean?
finished articles, though. That's backwards, Uncle. They're not finished articles. Caicedo and Bellingham are not finished.
Caicedo is not a finished article.
They're not finished articles.
Caicedo, all right. Caicedo is more a finished article than some of the names we've got to cope with because he's been. Because the thing about this, the way I see it, he's been in the Premiership in the day for 2 seasons now. 2 seasons he's been in the Premiership. So he knows the Premiership more than what sort of like a Kevin Thuram will be, a Kone will be, and this and that, right? Like Jude Bellingham's come from the Championship and he's gone to Dortmund and he's an English player, so he knows the English style of playing and everything that. Them man are finished article. Them man they're like Jude Bellingham. You get them in the day, you got them for 10 years. You got them for 10 years.
But do they want?
You're taking a risk with some of the other players and that. Like Ogate and everything that, right? I'm not saying he's bad, but he hasn't touched the Premiership yet. What happens when he comes to the Premiership and he gets some high lick in the ass? What happens to him then? No, it's true. This is what you go think. This is what you go. This is what you think. We always play second best.
Rod, you can say the same thing about Sancho though. What happened with him?
Look at Sancho.
Huh?
Sancho was in the academy. Sancho was in the academy at Man City. Sancho, a bad man, South London. I South London come from another ag. Around with the man that's listen. Let me tell you about South London, There was some bad man down in South London, dog. They don't play, down there. So the man know the business of the dog. You know what I mean? Admittedly, at the day, he's not having a good time at the moment because he's got went through some personal problems and so forth. And that, right? But don't sleep on Sancho now. Don't sleep on Sancho. Sancho is a good player. I'm telling you, he's a bad man still. Seriously, when it comes to football.
Let me play devil's advocate here, okay?
No need for that.
You're saying that with these
Just
players that you don't know if they're gonna work out, or you know what I mean, for Liverpool. But you can say the exact same thing for these big name players. You can go and spend all this money for these finished products, and they come to Liverpool and don't work out, and you still spent double, sometimes triple the amount of money you're gonna spend for these project players, as people call them. Sometimes these project players just need an opportunity to play in a club and show what they can do and how they can help that club.
Yeah, but you gotta play somewhere else.
Not in Liverpool.
Not Liverpool, mate. They gotta play somewhere else's club, man.
Not in
You
Liverpool.
see, them doing a problem because you know who our owners are.
Yeah,
No, you see that's the problem. Where again, as I said, I'm getting sick and tired of this stuff about we know who the owners is, right? At the end of the day, Klop got no balls. Okay.
Thank you.
Crab was saying about throwing your employee under the bus. Guess what? If you don't want to throw him under the bus, you leave his ass, because at the end of the day, it's your reputation going down the line. Right? I don't want to hear that bullshit about shielding nobody. I don't care. If I got a goddamn PhD and whatever the heck from going to university, and I go to a goddamn job, right? And I have a high expectation, and the employee is not giving me the resources to be the best who I am, I am fucking leaving. That is
It's true.
bullshit.
Nah, it's facts.
Right?
It's facts.
True.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's true.
As I said it from since last year. I got
No,
tired.
true.
I got tired of Klop because you want to know why? For 5 goddamn years, he did nothing. You want to know when you strengthen? From a position of power.
Thank you.
Oh, all right. Better say it again. Say it again.
Power, right?
Say it one more time. Say it one more time. One more time. Say it again. One more time.
Strengthen from a position of goddamn power. Right.
All right. Say less.
And as I said, I'm sick and tired of it because people was jumping on me. Oh, I'm talking shit and all that sort of stuff. I tell people, I say, let me tell you all one thing. For most of my life, I've been in the military. Right?
Maddie, what branch?
Can't tell you that. We'll talk offline.
I was in the Marine. I was in the Marine Corps, Maddie.
I was in the British military.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But as I said, I've gotten to the point now where I'm seeing content creators. They are like what you call virgin Kloppites, because it's like Klop the cherry and they're in love with that for the rest of their life. Real life, your first love, you just move on from that, right? End of the story. I'm brutal, right? Klop record right now is 1-1-1-1-1, right? And I'm not even going to count the goddamn league and the FA Cup because at one point in time he didn't give a shit about it, right? So I'm not giving him that goddamn credit, right? I'm literally sick and tired of that dude because, as I said, all you do is you sit down and you enable owners, and guess what? He's getting paid $15 goddamn million a year. And like some of you all alluded to, Edwards left. His understudy left. The past 3 years, the head of the goddamn medical team have left. Where there is smoke, there's fire. That's the word I come from.
There's someone else, his former assistant coach also left. Don't forget that.
And then
left too.
That Klopps had the nerve to talk about he wanted to bring back Milner again next year.
Yeah.
What we right now, as I said, I don't know what the heck we're doing because Carvalho right now is sitting down and wondering why the heck he came to Liverpool because you're not giving the guy a chance to play.
Sitting down, Matty. He in the dungeon with shackles on, bro. The door locked, and
Then guess what?
He took Ben Davis's spot in the dungeon and shit.
Listen, me personally, I was any of these guys and them agents, I'd be telling them hand in a transfer. Make Klopp's life miserable. Because as I said, you're bringing in players and you're putting them to play out of position. With me, if you go and get a goddamn thoroughbred horse, you don't put him in the goddamn farm to pull a goddamn cart. You put him on the goddamn field to run.
Yeah.
Right? But no, Klopp wants to bring and then want to talk about, well, developing your other attributes. How about work with the basics of what the person has? Make them the best at what they are, and then you can branch off. But no, Carvalho, Harvey Elliott, yeah, good players, but guess what? Out of position. And the other thing that I noticed, and a lot of people have been getting on him for a while, and some of it is fear, but some of it isn't. If you all watch when Curtis Jones play for England, do you all see the difference?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you all see the difference? And as I said, okay, you don't want to play him. Why the hell you don't give the guy a loan to develop more? No, you just keep him there and have him doing what? And then you have an ass wipe of a goddamn assistant manager who is outshining you on every level because he puts his goddamn name and face in front of everything, and you just sit back and be like, yeah, it's all right, rah, rah, rah. And then talking that shit about, well, you can't get a goddamn Ferrari. Shit, we can't even get a goddamn tricycle at the rate we're going at.
It's true. Captain Sal, all this mess is down to Klopp buying the wrong players and keeping old players on extended contracts. Klopp has to go, no credibility left. Yeah.
Can I ask a question to Captain?
Yeah, for sure.
What wrong players do you think were bought? Just to like have everyone's perspective on the players that you guys think were brought in wrong.
Yeah, post that in the chat there, Captain. Who's going to make our key transfer when there's no sporting director after June and July? That's a good question.
Klopp.
Don's laughing.
Klopp.
It is Klopp,
Yeah.
sadly.
It is true. We got Pops and Crud.
It's a madness going on, man. It's a madness. You know?
He literally just eliminated anybody who stood in his way, because there have been talk where there was like, you know, heads button, because when the staff was saying, well, hey, we should look at this player. No, he don't want to look at that player because how the hell he didn't want Salah, and look how Salah turned out to be.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't want to. No, he doesn't even want to rest Salah now. He plays him all the time.
No, as I said, I'm sorry, I'm a Liverpool fan to my heart. But me, how some of these players and them are right now, I am begging for them to leave for at least continue their career, because right now you have Salah looking like crap. Salah go on to our next team, I can guarantee you he shines.
Very, very, very true.
Right.
So let me continue with these comments. Klop on reporters. The things you write are so often so far away from the truth, it's unbelievable. Not because you want to lie, just because you follow something that they, points at another reporter, are saying. Klop goes on with another comment. The world we are living in is full of news. You know in other subjects how often it's left and right of the truth. In our situation, the prices are very often not even close. At one point, they might be right, but most of the time, they are not.
I don't watch that Klotz.
I don't either.
What's he actually talking about?
Yeah, Klopp's talking in riddles as he likes to do.
Comments and stuff. I can't watch that guy because I would be buying a TV and a laptop constantly because I'd want to smash it.
You'd be smashing it.
That's where I am with. And then this thing where people are talking about, well, a chance. How many chances do we have to give somebody? Guess what? Zuberi or whatever his name, I can't remember. But he said something so long ago that made so much sense, and people watched him funny when he said, "Guess what? Club do a good building, but he ain't the man to finish the job. We need somebody now to come and put in the roof." And everybody was like, But as I say again, if Klopp is so great a coach, you would be able to say, you know what? Press conference. I'm leaving. I can't work under these conditions. Which Liverpool fan is going to hate him for that?
No one.
That's what we need, in fact, because that would get people behind the owners. But
that's my point precisely. But he is sitting down on 15 million a year.
Yeah. Not going nowhere.
Right?
He's not going nowhere, man.
But that's what I'm saying. He's sitting on 15 million, so he don't care.
He's making his money.
I don't see the fans. I don't see the fans
next thing that I've noticed with
fans ain't a protest and they ain't gonna do nothing.
The next thing that I've noticed is a lot of reporters, they are very timid. They are not being reporters because guess what? If you want to ban me from being in a Liverpool press conference, that is okay. But that one time that I'm in, I will roast you over the goddamn fire because I will ask that question that you will goddamn have to stutter over. None of them do it because they all want to return again to an next press conference to play Kumbaya. I grew up in Trinidad and there's a saying for them kind of people.
Trinidad, you know.
Do-tish.
Yeah, do-tish. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. That's what we say in St. Vincent, you know.
Barbados.
In St. Vincent, we say, your daughter's no ass.
Yeah.
Daughter's no ass.
It's dotish. It's dotish because
dotish.
There is no way you could have tell me over the past 5 years you can find at least 2 midfielders to come in. And let's just say there wasn't exactly what you want, but you're supposed to be such a genius coach that you could develop talent and improve a player. Crickets.
Yep. Captain Sal, I don't want a rust bucket with a clapped out engine. At least give me a Lexus if the Ferrari ain't there. Yep. I'll take the Lexus too. Klopp has become too arrogant. He has.
Definitely has.
Because he has all the power. He has all the power.
This
the man
is
is putting the fifth down.
This is what I think is going to happen with Jude. He'll stay at Dortmund with a release clause.
And another thing that I want to show people, right, about FSG, right? Because as I said, football is the only sport I really watch. If you ask me to name the amount of players and positions in a basketball team, I might tell you a center, a power guard, or something like that. But
power forward.
There you go. But I don't care about it, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about it.
You don't watch cricket?
But I listen. Yeah.
Of course.
But I listen and I watch and I analyze stuff. And as I said, show me the cloth a man wears and you know what kind of clothes he's going to wear. FSG bought Red Sox. There was a young genius guy named Theo Epstein or something like that.
Yep, Theo Epstein, general manager.
Brought back Red Sox and they were winning. And after a while, he left.
Went to the Cubs.
He said, guess what? I'm not doing this BS no more, because it's one thing to start something, but in order to progress, advance, mature, whatever, you have to adapt, you have to adjust. They didn't want to do that. This same Theo Epstein that they was talking crap about after, he went to two other baseball teams and took them to the World Series.
Yep, facts.
We talked a lot about like Klop transfers and all that, but like another thing that's made me sick of him is his tactical inability. Like he doesn't change his tactics. Like that's not the only thing. Like he's been years with the 4-3-3. Like there's other reasons why like his time is coming to an end. Like he can buy players or be given players, but like we say, he moves them around everywhere to suit his needs. But he never thinks of the players. And like we said, a lot of the players lose their best attributes.
So let me ask this question though, right? Let me ask this question. So what is FSG's long-term plan then? Because if we're going downhill and they ain't investing no money, then what's going to happen to the club? They're going to lose money too.
I can answer that.
So what's their plan? Like they just plan for us to be terrible for the next 2 years?
No, regardless, they're going to make a profit of the investment they already made. It doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't drop to 300 million, they're making a profit regardless.
But that's just trying to keep us afloat, right? I guess that's the thing, so they can make their money. Basically.
So here's the plan, Crab. This is the plan for FSG. Liverpool is not a long-term ownership for them. They've had it for 12 years. Okay,
that's pretty long.
Their sights are set somewhere else. Next season, there's going to be the expansion NBA franchise team in Vegas.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
FSG is the leading getters to be the owners of that franchise.
We all know that.
That team's going to take. That's going to be $4 billion to win the franchise to begin with. Then they still got to turn around and spend $3 billion to build a 20,000 seating arena, plus all the other infrastructure and so forth, practice stadium, practice court, all this stuff for the team, for the city of Las Vegas. Team doesn't come into effect till 2025, if I'm not mistaken, or 2026. So the plan is, and from the reports, and I made a little short video about this earlier this week, is we've heard about the rumors about this Singapore consortium that's planning to invest into Liverpool for £1.32 billion
for 30-something
percent announced at the end of this season, and that can be paying off the loan and also be putting in for transfer fees and so forth, with the option that at 2024 they will completely buy out FSG and be the full new owners of this club. And FSG can run off into the sunset and do what they want to do, because also on top of the NBA team, they also are looking to buy NFL franchise as well, and they're looking at Washington, which is a team.
They just got outbid.
Yeah, they got outbid. Washington, they're not getting Washington.
They're not getting
So,
Washington.
so I know Washington was in play, so they got outbid there. But there's other teams that they're
They
going
have
to
a hockey team also.
The Penguins.
Yeah, they just bought Pittsburgh
Penguins.
Penguins. Yes,
Penguins.
For like
And they got AC Milan as well.
No, it's like a
they're
one of
like
their-
a
one of their
small
associates.
ownership.
Yeah, one of their associates own a part of AC Milan.
Yeah. So the objective for them is the NBA franchise. That is where they really want.
Why they don't go out this year then? Why wait till next year? Just sell it out this year.
Because they will make profit this entire year. Why sell?
No, we
it
won't,
early?
because we're gonna be losing. God damn it.
They're still gonna make profit with the amount of
They
deals
don't
that have been
care.
placed.
Yeah, TV
It's
rights and
business
all
for
that.
them, right? They don't
Yeah.
love the club. It's a
Also,
business.
another thing, Bajan, that a lot of people not understanding. Billionaires do not like to be told what to do.
Yep. Yeah.
You see, when they tried that Champions League and then they tried to copyright Liverpool, they did not forget that. So understand that now they are punishing Liverpool in their own little way with little subliminal little jabs that go under the radar that nobody picks up on. But I'm telling you, billionaires, especially American billionaires, they don't like to be told what to do. And I said it before, and a lot of people was like, oh, I'm being biased when I said I do not like American owners. And people just get twisted because I just tell people, I grew up like most of you guys do, old school, right? No foreign owner can buy an American team.
My patriotic self felt the type of way when he said that, but I agree though. It's fine.
Yeah. That's
No foreign owner can buy an American team. He either has to naturalize and become an American, otherwise he's not being allowed. But then everybody bows down to them and let them do as they go damn please, right?
Exactly.
And this is what I tell people is like, listen, I got no bias against nobody, but there's certain traits that you show that I do not want. I do not want in my club, right? And as I tell people, I remember Dwight York. I see Dwight York and them play when they was in Signal Hill and all them sort of stuff. Garth Weeks, Latter P and all of them, right? So I mightn't be all hip in the ins and the outs and stuff, but I've been watching football for a very long time, right? And at the end of the day, as I tell people, yes, Klop, thank you for what you did.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. We are not going to hate you. But the more you stay, you're going to start going into that bracket because, as I said, you're literally just screwing us over, right? And then you come out and you say some benign stuff, and then like one of you all alluded to, how the hell you could turn around and tell us, oh, well, we spoiled the top four.
Yeah, I said that.
Mm.
I said that.
That's
You actually said that?
He
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah.
Big up Robbie.
What do you think again?
He did. He did.
Wow. So
Hey,
he's
blew my
basically
mind
saying
when
we're
he said
spoiled for success.
Let me ask a question. Quick question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask a quick question. Yeah. Quick question.
Rastafari.
What it is that now, you all know Klop is messing up at the moment, and he has been for a couple of seasons at the day. Yeah. Been messing up, right?
Yeah.
Then on turn we got FSG that are messing up. Yeah. What is the answer? Like we get rid of Klop. If we get rid of Klop, we still are faced with a problem. FSG.
Can I bring
If
this
we get
Go
if
ahead.
we get rid of FSG, if we get rid of FSG, we get rid of FSG, which is probably unlikely. We get rid of them and still keep Klop. We still got Klop as a problem. What's the answer?
No, the answer.
How do we go forward?
Best way to turn to drop it like it's hot. And as I said, I like Nate here. Burn everything down, let it grow again. Both
Mm.
because
Both, yeah.
if Klop had any self-respect, you would resign. Do you know when he resigned what the amount of pressure that puts on FSG? That would be something they cannot fix whatsoever. And when that happens, also they take a hit in their overall profit of selling the club. Right? Because as I said, you've got to understand your power and your worth. Right?
In an ideal world, that would happen, but right now,
no.
That's
You see,
not
that's the
gonna
thing.
That's the thing.
No. Crab, let me tell you something. In an ideal world, right? You shoot for the stars, but you fall on the moon. Okay? This thing where people just be talking, because as I've always seen people talk about, well, either the glass half empty or half full. Bullshit. It's either the glass was too damn big for the drink that went in it. Right?
That's another way to look at it.
I come from the world of plain talk is bad manners. So I am bad mannered all around. Right? And as I said, Klop is comfortable because he's pulling in a £15 million a year salary. He don't have to win Champions League or anything like that because the owners in them don't have no ambition. So they're not putting no additional pressure on him. You think if he had somebody like Abramovich or one of them, he would have been able to sit on his ass?
No.
Well, he knows that too. Remember, he said he's living on past
time. Yeah, he did say that. But okay, as a man, right? Okay, as a person, Klop.
It is messed up.
You see what's happening, right? Like as Maddie said, you know, if you had any self-respect, you probably would resign. But maybe he thinks he can fix it. So I'm just saying.
When he went and resigned that contract, Crab, I was done. I was done. Right? That is like me, and like most of us have that Caribbean or South American type of upbringing. In other words, Klop is dating. I'm not calling him a B word. Let's just say he's a female and he's dating a man who is a gallus, and you all understand what a gallus is.
Yeah, true, man. That's true.
That is what. So again, so that's what I'm saying. You have no respect because, as I said, any player, manager who is worth their salt, and they're doing a job and they're not being supported properly, then your reputation starts to take a hit. And if you don't do nothing about it, then you become guilty as the people who you support.
That's why Jose Mourinho. Sorry to cut you. That's why Jose Mourinho walked away from that Chelsea job first, you know. Because remember at the day, he left by mutual consent because they brought in players at the day that he didn't want. And he's thinking at the day, if these players at the day mess up, it's on me. It's not on Abramovich, it's on me. And that's why he left the first time. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? So in effect at the day, right, Klopp should be thinking of his own reputation. But you know what it is? They might like Klopp in the day, right, are too licky when it comes to money. They're too licky.
There you go.
Remember he said, you know, he was in the kitchen and he looked at his wife and everything, and his wife said, like, you know, we need to stay. I love this city and everything. Yeah, you love this city because you're getting paid $15 million a year.
Thank you.
You know, I run for that. People like that, excuse me.
Can I ask this question?
They're
right?
too licky when it comes to money. And what it isn't, they, when you look at sort of like, you look at it and they, neither Klopp, neither FSG at the end of the day, right, I've got the best interests of Liverpool in mind. Because you know something from that, they knew at the end of the day for a long time in the day that they weren't going to be able to get Jude Bellingham. They knew that wasn't going to be on the cards. They knew this. And they come out and told us now, after 2 years, I was trying to make us believe it. I don't care what anybody says in anything. That is the fact that we were supposed to get Jude Bellingham, that came from FSG. I think the FSG don't have to tell me at the end of the day, right, that they was after Jude Bellingham for me to know they was after Jude Bellingham.
Facts.
You understand me? So that came from FSG. You know what I mean? Because they got their PR people. And then at the end of the day, when
talent.
Yes, I'm saying. At the end of the day, when they decided at the end of the day, well, you know what, it's time to tell tell the fans that they let them down and say like, oh, we're not going to get him. Just tell them that we can't afford them. They'll understand. Because you know why they understand? Because we told them that before. Over 5 seasons that we've been telling them that, so they understand.
Yeah,
you feel me? The only way, this is the only way, and then the only way, and then right, that you're going to remotely get any satisfaction, and then out of FSG, whether they go or whether they start putting money in their pocket, is the fans at the day to do what fucking Man United done at their ground. That's the only way. That is the only way. I'm sorry. Don't get it wrong. I don't condone violence and anything like that. But sometimes at the day, right, when you're not getting heard and everything like that, right, you have to go to extreme measures in a way. Because this at the day, the situation at the day that Liverpool Football Club is in. The situation Liverpool Football Club is in, we should not be in. We should not be in this position because at the end of the day, we got a manager that we can't trust. We can't trust a manager. We got owners at the end of the day that we can't trust. The owner at the end of the day are supposed to give the money to buy players. Yeah, the manager at the end of the day is supposed to put the right tactics out there and put the right players out there to get a result. We can't trust any of them to do the right thing. So where are we left as fans? We're going to tell you something of that, right? It could end up at the day that sort of like Drew Bellingham ends up at Man City. What are we going to do then? And he ends up at Man City down the road. You understand what I'm saying? Are we going to be like looking for bargains and this and that? As Gifty said and everything that people like Robertson and Day, right? There was a right to get those sort of players at that time because that was part of the project 5 years ago. You can't go and get players like that now because we're supposed to advance. You know what I mean? Far in our project. So how can you go and get a player, and they are supposed to be part of a project that was supposed to be 5 years ago? It makes no sense. What we've gone for now,
but
listen, it's long. It's really long and everything. And you know what? I've seen this before. You know, I have seen this before, and I told Gifty and Callum on Coppage. I've seen it before and everything that. Under like Gerald Houllier, we have a good couple of seasons and everything that, right? Then it goes down to shit. And then we go get next manager. The next manager, and the same thing happens again. Yeah? It happened on Gerald Houllier, it happened on Rafa Benitez, and you can't really say anything about Roy Hodgson because he was a bag of shit, right? But then you had Brendan Rodgers that come in, that was a next long-term manager and everything that. He had one good season and everything that, right? Yeah. And when he asked the owners at the day to say, look, to the owners, say, look, I need to go and get a defender. Let me go and get Ashley Williams and everything that. Because I worked with him before and everything that, and he'll do a job for us. He was told no. You can't get him. And you know what happened then? It went downhill. The next season, it went downhill. Yeah. We get Klop in and everything that. He does up the squad and everything that, right? He turns us into doubters, from doubters into believers, which he did. He got some good seasons and that, played some good football and blah blah, right? He did do that. I got you that. But look at it. Look what's happened now. It's the same pattern at the day under Benitez, under Gerald Houllier, and under Brendan Rodgers. It's the same pattern. History keeps on repeating itself. Now there's got to be. We have got to find out how to break that chain. Because you know what's going to happen? We're going to get another manager in, and in about 3 or 4 years and everything that he's going to be doing well and everything that, right? Then it's going to go down a pan again, and then we're going to be put on this 5-year project. It's a 5-year project, and that we're building for 5-year project and that. We've been told this over 20 years, and I'm literally getting fed up of it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go for another transfer window in the summer and everything that, right? Where we go out and buy mediocre players again. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's only what we can afford. You know what I mean? Sorry.
It all depends on the owner. In my opinion, it depends on the owner. You said like how many good owners did we ever have like before? You know what I mean? Spending money. I feel if we get a proper owner that spends money, the manager that comes in could have a chance of being a long-term manager.
Well, no, not only that. Owners who
love good manager as well.
Who love football and love the club. Correct. And we had
need a good manager as well.
We had owners that wanted people with money that wanted to buy the club that love Liverpool. Those guys from the Middle East, the big Liverpool fans, man, wanted to buy the club, but they wouldn't sell, right? So, you know, I just feel we need the right owners. That's it. And the manager could come in and we could give him that project and we move.
But didn't this happen with FSG with other franchises too? They got to the top, then they never got back up there again. Isn't this what they do? Like, maybe under this ownership, this is what's always going to happen.
Yeah.
That's why they need to go.
People, at what point, I keep asking this question, at what point does Klopp get to take responsibilities for the stupid things that he's done with the money that FSG have given him?
Thank you.
At what point? Within the last 4 windows, he has been given upwards of £200 million, right? He bought 4 attackers. He bought Luis Diaz. He bought Gakpo. He bought Nunez, right? And who was the 4th big one he bought? He bought Jota. Over the last 4 windows, he has spent upwards of £190 million. Is Klopp trying to say he didn't know we needed a midfielder?
That's exactly what he's saying.
Clearly, he's been playing baccarat with the owners' money. That's the reason why the owners don't want to finance him fully. If it was your money, will you be giving Klopp the amount of money he wants for him to go and buy Sanderberg? Right? See, unfortunately for us, the Liverpool supporters, and Uncle Rod is talking about the boom and bust cycles through which we go. The boom and bust cycles through which we go is because Liverpool fans are the most fucking gullible fans I have ever come across. Right? We are so fucking gullible, it is unfucking believable. Right? Look at me. I have COVID now. You know how I caught it? I caught it on an airplane. Right? So I came to watch that stupid Arsenal match, right? Our boys couldn't put in a header to win the match. I caught COVID, and now I'm stuck in my cousin's house. Okay, so I'm getting better though because I have Paxlovid, so I'm getting better. I intend to go to the Nottingham Forest one. But that's just the lot of the Liverpool fan. We just have to trudge along and fucking believe like pilgrims, right? Pilgrims fucking progress. We have to believe. He that is down ain't that far to fall. So we just trudge along. Right? This manager told us that the only reason why we are not getting Bellingham is because Bellingham is not available. I'm quoting him. Isn't that what he said? Somebody should tell me that's not what he said.
I think he said that last summer.
Right?
In the summer.
Yeah,
if you tell us that we are not getting the guy now because he's not available, what's the implication? That when he becomes available, we'll fucking get him. That's not what it means. Isn't that what it means? Unless I don't understand English language. Yeah, I understand my native language, my native Ghanaian language. But I was born and bred in English. So I can understand English when a German fucking speaks it. Right?
No, well, we're not allowed the we're not allowed the Ferrari. That's now not that is now available.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Bellingham is not available, so we'll get him. That's what it means to me.
He's available now.
The Ferrari is no longer available.
And now you come and tell us he's a Ferrari. And what are you? You've got a Vespa? Or what are you? You get a fucking Del Boy's fucking Trabant? Del Boy's 3-wheel car? That's what you have money for? And he's still fucking sitting there faffing around. You guys should actually go into that stupid embargoed shit that he's put out. That we are going to get some people and everybody is not going to think. And after they come, then they become superstars. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, fool?
Well, no. To go along in with.
Is this what I flew 5,000 miles here for? What the fuck is all this about?
No, going along with what you're saying, right? A lot of people also fail to understand that a lot of
COVID and all. So if I fucking drop dead, what does that mean?
Has chosen not to come to Liverpool. And a lot of people think, well, just because Klop is here, that they're going to gravitate. A lot of people fail to understand a lot of these young footballers also have their eye on their career and they have agents. And Gravenberg was one of them. People say, oh, this, that, the other, and he ended up going for the Dortmund. These players are looking at Klop and seeing that Klop is playing favorite with a team that been 5 years old now. And they know they are not going to come in and break into the team, and they are not going to come to go and play 10 minutes of the game when it's almost to the end, that sort of stuff, because now you are stunting your development.
Look
And
at
as I
Carvalho.
said-
Look at Carvalho.
Carvalho, yeah.
Exactly. And this year, a lot of people are going to watch Carvalho and Harvey Elliott and them and say, wait a minute. No. And then when you hear he say he wants to resign Milner, he wouldn't even be resigned for leadership, because guess what? We have enough senior players now who have been through the wars that can step up in that role. And if you are telling me that they ain't got no leaders, there's something wrong. And then somebody made a super chat for your Bajan, why FSG can't fire Klop. They can't fire Klop because if they fire Klop, that is bad PR for them.
Oh yeah, they're gonna hold some heat.
They are never going to
And
fire
not
Klop.
not only that, he is their stooge.
Yeah,
See,
it's true.
I always tell you guys, Klop is like the camp guard in the concentration camp that wears the inmate uniform. For those of you who are well versed in history, during a certain time gone past, which time I don't want to mention on this tube, some concentration camp guards were wearing inmates uniform. You understand? That is what Klop is. He's getting paid his 15 million pounds a year, and frankly, that's the only thing he is interested in right now. Because any man who has two in between his legs, who has principles and not fucking K-pop in his head, would have walked, or at least threatened to walk.
Exactly.
And if he threatens to walk, watch the walls of Jericho come down around those stupid shits called FSG. Fucking giving me COVID and all.
Another thing for Chris Angel, right? For Chris, because he said he was in the Marines.
Yeah.
And this is, as I tell people, I live in a world of parallels and similarities. So I always look at stuff and I go,
Fucking COVID.
Now, understand this. You'll remember back in the early parts of the war, it had a guy named Colonel Powell, right? In America, right?
Yeah, Colonel Powell. Yeah.
Now, let me specify this for everybody who is listening. Any person in the American military, that is like their pride and joy. That is like the creme of the creme, right? They will serve their country, and that is like the biggest thing for them. A lot of people fail to realize Colonel Powell stepped back, and Chris Angel can tell you there was a next general named General Shortsquaff or something like that.
Shortsquaff.
Yeah. And he was the one who took over after Powell left.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people fail to understand, right? And as I said, sometimes when you see something, you also have to look at something, because this is a fact. I was there, been in the military, but as I tell people, they showed you on the TV with all the Patriot missiles and they flying and they dancing. Then after a while, did you all not hear that the Patriot missiles and them were starting to hit the wrong targets? Yes. And you want to know what was the simple reason? They bombed every waypoint and navigational point. So now when they fired off these missiles, they had no guidance or reference point. So they started to go off of their way. And Colonel Powell, as I said, also read his biography. He stepped away from the stuff because he said, guess what? I love my country, but at the same time, I love myself. I'm not going to go down for any failures or anything like that. And this is why, as I said, it comes back on Klop again. You're a good manager. You're innovative. You have a style. When you start to get medical support mediocre support, you have to turn and question, why am I doing this? Because then when failure happens, you are the first person that they look at.
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna get you talking about Gallagher and Mason Mount?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Well,
Listen.
What the fuck?
Listen, here's Liverpool right now.
Yeah, lie. Yeah,
Really?
lie.
Right.
Really?
But let me ask y'all this, right? Let me ask y'all this. If Klopp had owners other than FSG that was spending money like a Man City owners, whatever, right? Y'all think that he would be succeeding?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't say he would be a roaring success, but
No.
he would be pushed to be better than how he is. He would
Because
be
that
pushed.
means he can afford players, right?
There's a reason why I
He would be
disagree.
pushed because
There's a reason why I disagree with giving Klop and Pep Linders money. Okay? Because they have no sense of optimization. Look, as an engineer, the first thing they tell you when you're going to do any design is money is always a problem. Money is always an issue. So you optimize. Within the last 4 windows, we bought 4 attackers. Why the fuck would you be giving that guy more money? To buy more attackers?
Yeah, but
More
check this
left-sided
out.
attackers? We bought 4 left-sided attackers in the last four windows.
Yeah, but
are we
remember,
going to give
the
them
people,
for more money?
remember the sporting directors and them had nothing to do with that. That is all Klopp now.
Exactly. Is Klopp left-handed or something? Is Liverpool left-handed?
Because
the fuck have we bought
when
fucking
Edwards and them was
left-sided
there, as I said, they battled
Something
with
wrong
him.
with the guy, man. Something wrong with that dude, man.
He eliminated everybody who opposed him. And as Chris Angel would attest to, because I listen to Chris Angel faithfully when he talks because he knows his business. Understand this. Every player, new player that we have bought is injury prone.
Yeah.
Right? Even the young players are becoming injury prone.
I think honestly, now that I did my research, I think so there are certain players that are injury prone, yes, but I think the issue we have and we don't speak about enough is that we have an injury prone system.
There you go.
That causes players that aren't injury prone or are injury prone to be more vulnerable to injuries.
Thank you, Chris.
Sure,
And that's something that I noticed. Like,
So let me give you an
Tiago. One second,
illustration,
Uncle.
right?
Tiago.
I'm not a medical person, but let me give you an illustration of that problem that Chris just talked about. You have a central defender who has had an ACL injury, right? And you're still fucking playing a highlight. Are you mad? Are you bad? You're still relying on the guy. It's not like you've relegated him to a has-been or a guy who comes on when you need him. He's still our main central defender. And you have him 40 yards up from the goal line. Have you guys noticed that of late, our real central defender is Alisson? Have you noticed? Have you guys noticed it at all?
Player of the year,
That
man.
the sweeper in Liverpool is Alisson. Do you see how far ahead, how far out of the goal he has to come to sweep? There's something fucking wrong with Klopp, man. You guys should get rid of him before he ruins our team, man.
Yeah, it's Klopp's arrogance because he doesn't cater his style to anybody. But
not only that, like Chris said, he does not listen to his medical staff.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about that.
No, we don't have medical staff. We don't have medical staff.
Yeah, they all left.
Go, Chris.
They all left.
I'm gonna step away real quick. I'm sorry.
The person he listens to is Andreas Kornmeier, who is a physiotherapist. He's not a proper doctor. Our doctor left and went to Manchester United. Somebody just took over, maybe I think like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. The person started like 2 weeks ago. Right? He doesn't want a sporting director. He doesn't want he doesn't fucking want anything. He wants to be the one controlling the team, running all the aspects of the team, what he understands, what he doesn't understand, and FSG have allowed him to do it. So now where we are is that he went and gambled. What Klopp did was he played baccarat with Liverpool. He gambled. Black fucking Jack is what he did, right? So he decides he won't buy a midfielder because he has gambled that those fucking what you call them, spring rolls that he has in the middle of the park were going to guarantee him top 4. Now they can't. Now they won't. So FSG have also played one on him. They've told him that since you are not qualifying for top 4, you can't get Jude Bellingham.
No money.
That's it. But somebody should ask FSG, which organization does accounting on accrual basis? When somebody talks about accounting in accrual basis, the accountants in the chat will know. It's money you are supposed to be expecting that you don't know you are going to get. So how can you be buying players based on money you didn't know you were going to get? There are 20 teams in the league. Every year, 4 of them are going to qualify for Champions League. So at the start of the league, all things being equal, everybody has the same chance. You decided that you were not going to shore up your team enough to buoy up your chances of qualifying for top 4. And now you're exactly where you want to be. Liverpool ladies are 8 on the log. Liverpool men are 8 on the log. The under 18s are 8 on the log. So we are an 8 fucking team is what we are, for fuck's sake. You didn't give the monies that were needed. Now you're saying that because you didn't qualify, you are not going to qualify, we can't allow you to have a player. That is preparing a budget on accrual basis. It's never done. You prepare budgets on cash basis. You prepare budgets based on what your balance sheet is, based on what you have. So those people are selling Liverpool a yarn. They are selling all of us a yarn, and we are buying.
They're not selling me.
And as long as we keep buying it, we are completely screwed. That's what we are. Liverpool. That's the reason why we go through the boom and bust cycles. Notice, and all of us here are old enough to know, Liverpool always goes through boom and bust cycles. That's the reason why.
One step up, 2 step backs, man. That's how it is, always. Always.
Let me get through some of these comments here. Jamie, this decline was so avoidable. Midfielders last summer that went for really decent fees. This is what winds me up the most. Instead, Klop was tried this Elliott experiment. Yeah, Elliott is just not that guy, man. I'm sorry.
Not for the midfield. Not for the midfield.
Not for the midfield.
No.
Marianne, I love Uncle Albert. So funny. Get yourself better. We need your humor right now. I don't know how much humor Uncle Albert got right now. That's the truth. Uncle Albert's fuming. Don't you think he is embarrassed by how far the team has fallen and knows he is lucky to be around still? So he's trying to make amends now to save his
he should leave. Klopp should have some decency and get the fuck out of Dodge, man. Because I don't have any football, I don't have any coaching experience. If you put me in to be the manager of that team, you know what I'll do? All I'll do is I'll stand at the tackle and do shh, shh, shh. You go here, you go there, you go here. I tell them play what you fucking know, and they won't fucking behave. Shithead.
No, but you know what's the funny thing? And I also mentioned it. Even if you bought FIFA 24 and you simulated the game, even the game signs new players. Klopp hasn't.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
You know what I think something too is like that can be true, right? Where he's trying to redeem himself, but that mentality, I think it's your own worst enemy. When you think you can do something and you don't have, I guess, the tough skin to let players go or the football knowledge to change formation. I think the game against Arsenal, everyone was like, "Oh, wow, we made a change." But what was this? Why now? Yeah. Why wasn't this implemented 5 matches ago or 10 matches ago?
Yeah,
it's incompetence. He's like, I don't know.
See, guys, recall all the conversations we've had about why we are where we are. And we said the midfield, right? So we agreed the midfield. How many of us didn't say push Trent up into the midfield and get a proper fullback? How many of us didn't say that? How much money would that have cost?
I remember when I suggested, because as I said, I'm no footballer, so I'm not going to try to say that Trent is no good. But I remember saying that they lauded him so early that it's like he can't do no wrong. And I was like, they need to get proper competition for him. And I was told, you're mad.
That's
You
it.
can't do that and you can't do this.
That's true. That's true.
So again, so now, because people are saying like, yep, Trent is fed up, he ain't getting coverage and stuff. But the other thing that I tell people, look at Trent's body language. He doesn't give a fucks. And if you are not giving a damn, okay, you're out of form, but you're still putting in effort. But you've seen him and he stand up and he has hands on his hips and he like can be that right there. Again, Klop produced that because you gave these players this platform to act like if they are gods.
I want to
Put them on pedestals, man.
I want to touch on what Maddie just said, if that's okay. Not to get too deep in what I did in the military, but I was a profiler. So reading mannerisms is what I was trained to do. So I completely agree with what Maddie just said. And I think what people aren't understanding is that it's okay for people to grow stale with one another. You know what I mean? It happens. It's part of life. And I think what we're doing right now, I think the issue is that we haven't, Klop or FSG or whatever, Liverpool haven't done what they should have had, is reinvent in the squad to bring in new faces in. So he hasn't done that. He's failed in that point. But he's kept the same players there for 5 seasons. So he's repeating the same message over and over to them. After a while, as human beings as we are, we're going to get tired of the same message.
Yep.
So this notion of, we'll keep the same players because we love them and they've won us everything, but we'll bring a couple of players here and there. No. That negativity, that staleness, that mannerism is going to project to players.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just my way of thinking.
I think a new coach could have helped. I mean, like maybe Trent hearing a different voice, maybe like he hears something that makes him want to defend. Maybe Klopp just tells him not to bother, do what you do best or whatever, and he just doesn't care. He's like, all right, I'll go out and
that's what Alex Ferguson used to do.
But remember, he got rid of Buvak.
He connived. See,
Buvak gave him opposition. He got rid of that.
Klop is a dictator. He doesn't like pushback. So he likes to deal with that little squiggly who whispers shit he wants to hear into his ear all the time. Yeah. Notice, even on the pitch, he's always fucking whispering something shitty into Klopp's ear. And let me tell you guys something. Seeing Trent up close was awesome. He is an awesome footballer. He is better than you think he ever is. What he did against Arsenal was awesome. Put the man where he needs to play, which is in the middle of the park.
I can't agree with that.
Because
can't agree with that.
They took him from the academy when he was a midfielder. What I saw of him playing in the middle of the park, what he was doing when he went down the right wing without having to rush back to defend because Konate was covering that side, they should get a fullback and keep him in the middle of the park. If they don't want to do that, they should sell him.
No.
Because he cannot be a fullback.
So why not play him as a wing back then?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He can do that.
Klopp
But
ain't
you
doing
know,
that
if you
formation.
ever saw the advert that Klopp did for the beer,
He's out, man.
Klopp did an advert for beer, for a beer product. I've forgotten the name. And he said, who plays three at the back anymore?
He did, yeah.
So there's a plethora of solutions.
Oh, wait, didn't we just play technically a 3 in the back on Arsenal the second half?
Yeah,
Yes.
because he played it inverted. Trent played inverted. Yes.
Because
Yeah,
he
let's
played
leave it
the
back, for
inverted
sure.
trend. And I
He
said,
did.
He's talking
and
out his
what I
ass.
said,
man.
let me repeat for emphasis what I said. I said, what I saw of Trent going forward is absolutely awesome. I don't want to talk about him coming back because he's utterly useless coming back.
Did you hear his comments though after the game? He's like talking. He's like dismissing that he did that change as much as possible. He really doesn't want to do that again. Like he's like
Because
yeah.
because he just can't. And I also think that he's become a little heavier. Just observation.
Who,
I
Trent?
can't. He's become a little heavier. Maybe he's been
He
lifting
bulked
weight.
up a little bit.
He's put on some weight, yeah.
He bulked up.
So he's slow. But when he goes forward, he's awesome.
I won't say
He's-
he's slow, but he's not the quickest.
See, he has something that is not taught. It's in it. That is his ability to ping a ball and put it somewhere he wants to put it.
Yeah.
That's a gift. It's not taught. And our manager, instead of being such a narcissist, should be able to, and because right now, let's just all assume that we don't have any money. And you are to work with what you have. Don't fuck up what you have. Because what Liverpool really need is a solid cover for our back four. Whatever we decide to back 3, back 4, back 2, whatever. Back 1 at times, because sometimes during the Arsenal match, I only saw a back 1 because, and another person who's so fucked up is Robbo.
Someone please talk about
Oh,
this because
God.
he's,
God!
Don't talk about Robbo, please.
Listen, guys.
He can do no wrong.
he needs to be
you are
sold.
sitting-
He needs to be sold
Look,
too.
If you are sitting on the pitch in the stands, sometimes, and this is no laughing matter, you can't see Robertson if you are looking for a 3D picture. You won't see him. It's no laughing matter, man. He's so far up the pitch. And you know what? He's actually worse than Trent at tracking back. Did you guys see the second goal? Did you realize that he didn't jump? Robertson is at least 6 foot. At least 6 foot.
I don't think so, Uncle. I think he's like he might be my height or smaller. He looks small to me.
How tall is Gabriel Jesus? 5'9".
I'll find out for you right now. I'll find out for you right
Yeah,
now.
find out. See, when you are looking at them directly, it's not the same as looking at it on the TV,
He's 5'10", Robertson, by the way, 5'10".
Okay.
5'8",
He's my height.
He's 1.78 meters, so 5.8, just shy of 5'9".
Who, Jesus?
Robertson.
Bravo.
He's 5'8"? Oh no, he's
No,
smaller.
he's taller than that. He's taller than
It
that.
says 5'10" on Wikipedia. Yeah, I don't know if that's right though. I mean,
And what about Gabriel? What about Gabriel Jesus?
What about
Gabriel
Jesus? What about Jesus? Like, how tall is he?
Hold on.
He didn't even jump.
I think Jesus is smaller though. I think Jesus is smaller.
Jesus is smaller than him. He didn't jump. I mean, Jesus had the order of Lime Street. He jumped up.
5'9" apparently to this.
Right. He jumped up.
1.75 meters. Jesus.
Right. He jumped up in the air, powdered his nose, put on some makeup, had a shake before he headed the ball into the net. And this guy didn't jump.
But there's some people with incredible leaps, man. You can't really look at height in terms of jumping, though.
So you give him a body, man.
You know
Just
what I'm saying?
put something
Yeah,
on
I
him.
agree. But I'm saying
Throw him off.
there's got short guys that can leap high as hell, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
I agree.
But
Well,
I agree.
I think Van Dijk is also to blame for that goal too. I think.
Yeah, that's Van Dijk's
Sorry?
problem.
Van Dijk's got most of the blame on that goal,
Van
in my
Dijk,
opinion.
you know, Van Dijk is to blame for almost every goal we concede. That's a given. Okay. Yeah, basically the first one, he gave a very nice pass to Martinelli to put the ball in the net. I get that. But seeing that Robbo was the last man when the guy was about to jump, put something on him and concede a penalty.
You know what I hate about Robbo is that the fact that he has the most assists is an excuse for him to mess up nearly every chance, but he gets an assist because he has so many chances to cross in that maybe he gets 1 in 5.
Listen,
the amount of times he messes it up.
The first goal, the ball went through his legs, right? And if you were on the lower side of the stands, the long side, you actually see what happened. The ball went through his legs. And one may say, okay, so every defenders make mistakes. You shouldn't make that kind of mistakes at that level. A ball cannot go through your legs. Right?
No.
He's worse than Trent. Only he gets a pass. I don't know why. Don't ask me. He gets a
Favoritism.
pass.
It's favoritism.
Is he better than?
He
Is he
gets
better
a
than
pass all the
Costas?
time.
Is he better than Costas?
Robbo. And you see, I
Me,
understand.
I'm going to go wild. If they had given Costas enough playing time, Costas would be much more developed than he is.
I agree with you, Chief.
I'm with you.
And
I
the
agree
oth-
with you,
And the
Chief.
other thing that
You
I'm
can't
telling
ask-
people,
I agree with you 100%. You
the
can't
other
ask
thing that I
Costas
tell
to
people
play
about this
60
thing that
minutes
Klopp is doing,
to
I
play-
would not be shocked if Costas and them at the end of the season
I'll
put
go.
him for transfers.
Yeah,
He's
they'll
gonna
go.
go. Yeah.
Because if they do, the boy Klopp is going to be screwed royally. Because guess what? You had somebody. He didn't say, I demand the starting job, but give me the chance to compete.
Yeah, man, you gotta play.
Yeah.
him.
You gotta give him
But
more
you
game
know
time
what?
than that.
I think Costas will probably be patient because he knows Robbo's 29, going on
Nah.
30. He's 25.
But
Robertson,
Costas is
trust
not a
me,
doctor. He ain't got
my
no
brother,
patience.
but
trust
Tsimikas
me,
is too good. He can play.
Robertson cannot play for another 3 years. He can't. There's no way. He
But
can't
Klopp
even
will-
play for
but Klopp will
another
play
2
him.
years. He can't.
But Klopp will play him. You see,
Klopp
that's
will
the
do it.
point.
He's one of the
Klopp
favorites,
will
man. He's
play
one of
him.
the favorites.
So we
Klopp
know
will
that we're
play him.
cooling down on Jude, and that's done. So what would this Barella talk?
That Barella ain't coming.
Barella
Oh,
ain't coming.
don't talk about Barella,
He ain't
man.
coming, bro.
You don't forget about him. Forget
He's
about
not-
Barella.
He's
You're
not-
going to get Gallagher. Listen, boys.
Let me tell you, before you
You're
go,
going to get
Uncle,
Gallagher.
before
That's
you
the
go,
given.
Uncle, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Barella is not going to come to Liverpool. And you want to know why he will not come to Liverpool?
Why?
He's going to just look at somebody like Thiago and say, guess what? Liverpool turned Thiago into a shell. Because a statistic that people have not watched, Thiago last 2 years with Bayern compared to 1 year with Liverpool, he was injured more.
Yeah, we all know we got issues with injuries, man. It's a training, man. It's ridiculous.
And then people still have the audacity to talk about, well, next year, if they're bringing this one, then they're going to be playing Thiago. Why would you try to take a Rolls Royce and turn it into a pizza delivery car?
On average with Thiago, I think he misses about like close to half the season on average since he's been here. So
Right, so you know what the guy was coming in, and then you
He's
still
missed the third
overwork
of
him.
all the potential matches he could have played in. So
no.
you
Well,
see,
I'm sorry. I love the club Liverpool. I enjoyed what Klopp did, but at the end of the day, make sense.
Yep.
Make it make
He's-
sense. Make it make sense.
Agree.
he's gonna get Gallagher.
My
Boys,
grandmother always used to say, I may be an ass, but don't make me a jackass. Right?
Listen,
and at the end of
boys.
the day, as I said, you're literally running players into the ground. Diaz is not even here full season injured. Look at Nunez, he's picking up knocks, right?
Jesus Christ.
The young midfielder, Bajatek or whatever, he out.
He got a
Right.
bad injury too.
So it's like literally. I'm telling people, I say, players are going to be looking back now at Liverpool as a stepping stone to go to another club if they do come here. But they are also, as Chris Angel said, they are starting to look at like, wait a minute. All these players before was running fine. They haven't had no injuries. Soon as they reach to Liverpool, injured.
And Matty, even look at the fact that the players that leave as well are not the same players anyway. They leave and they're half the players they were with the club.
Yeah, exactly.
Mentally, physically, they're done.
You want to
Guys,
know something?
he's gonna get Gallagher.
Millie doesn't get injured.
He's gonna get Mount. Well, Millie doesn't eat bread. How is he gonna
There's
get
an exception to the rule, Crab, because they could look at Salah,
I know.
Salah, Genie.
right? Because trust me, if Salah was to be injured as the rest of those guys in them, we would be like
We
fighting
relegation battle.
We'd
Yeah,
be fighting
relegation battle.
relegation.
But then look, Ginny left and he broke down. He left and he broke down.
Yeah, because he was at the end of his tether, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But like this is another thing when Chris was saying about that injury system. This is why I don't envy any. If we do get a director of football, good Lord, try to pick someone to fit into this injury system that's not going to get injured the second they get here, because that is a tough ass job. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, look at Mane. Mane left and he has been crap.
Would you guys take him back?
Well, Mane's been injured too, right, Chris? So,
Yeah, he got injured.
right after he left too.
Well, now he's doing WWE.
Yeah, he's fighting now, man. I thought that guy was a
Broke
beast.
it up.
We rinsed Genie. It's true. We
No,
did
but
rinse Genie.
Pops, we rinsed. All our players are rinsed.
Exactly.
Like
Every one of them.
you know what I mean?
And,
So,
and then you have the audacity to say that you don't need reinforcements. Like,
I feel even if we get the reinforcement, he can still
We
play
are-
the favorites.
we are
He
the
can
only
still
club-
play the
we are-
favorites.
no, that is true, Crab. But just that mentality that you go with, that you lead out of the gate with.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's why I Klop out, because I don't see any changes when it comes to Klop.
Nothing is going to change.
It's like two people with no teeth in the mouth fighting over peanuts. Make no sense.
Hey, Lucy.
Yeah. Going
Look,
to a party, you have no teeth and you want to eat kebabs. That's what we're doing.
This Liverpool, look.
Swana, oh you say I can't wheelie? Wheelie what me see no? Swana, wheelie what me see? Oh you can't wheelie? Watch out! Oh, Swana, you alright? Stop the pee.
That's Liverpool.
Man,
right?
are you guys gonna be able to stomach when that kid goes to Man City? Are you guys gonna stomach it?
honestly, I've said it before. I don't really care for Jude Bellingham. I really.
For that kind of money, I don't give a crap. Sorry.
Chris, it's not a matter of caring for Jude Bellingham. This is what it is. For 3 windows, someone correct me, we've been made to sit on this Bellingham hope that this kid was going to come, and because of that, he was going to be the kid to end all kids. And because of that, we have been nebulized. We have been on sterile, whatever you call it. We have been sitting and waiting, right? We've been vegetating, waiting for Bellingham. And now the time has come and you're telling us, oh, I don't have money to buy him. Somebody told me this. I've forgotten. One of you guys said, it was Maddie who said it. Maddie, remember a couple of months ago, you said it on Kopish, that when the time comes, we're going to start saying that we don't have the money to buy the guy. Do you remember you said it on Kopish, that the time will come and they're going to tell us they don't have the money to buy the guy? So what the fuck were they waiting for? That's the question. Why didn't you just tell us from the beginning, we don't have the money to buy Jude fucking Bellingham, let's go fucking buy somebody else?
Man,
Because they had their lovely puppet Klop, who said that there was nobody out there that was better. Because remember,
I'm confused, guys. Sorry to cut you off, Maddie.
No, go ahead, Chris.
Is Bellingham the finished art? I don't understand this
Nope.
concept.
No,
like, what is he, a Ballon d'Or winner? What are we talking about here? Like, what are we doing?
Chris, there are several players who are better than him. This Barella guy
Thank
we are
you.
talking about
Thank you.
Forget
is
Barella.
much better. Barella is the finished article. The question is whether Barella will leave his comfort zone in northern Italy and come and freeze his ass in Liverpool. That's the question. Will Barella leave? Anybody who lives in Milan, lives in Monza, lives in Atalanta, will find it very difficult to live on Merseyside, except you offer him good money, and money is what we don't have.
Why do you guys think? You're talking about that topic now. Why do you think Italian players don't do well in the Premier League? Is it the culture? What do you think?
It's the cold. It's the cold. They can't deal with the weather.
Yeah, the weather and the culture, I think. Yeah, probably over the both.
Me and Crab would know about that. It takes a special person to deal with cold weather.
Yeah, your cold weather is different, man.
It is different.
You see, I went to school in Wales, right? The cold is not. It's a different kind of cold. It's cold that it gets under your skin. See, you wake up in the morning and it's cold. In the afternoon it's cold and it's raining. In the night it's cold. It goes on. It's just fucking cold. It gets under your skin. So I don't think they like it very much. It's one of the reasons why Aquilani didn't survive in Liverpool. The Italian players simply have a problem adjusting to the weather. And Liverpool train at night. So how long is it going to take Barella to get injured?
That's the other thing. Why is Liverpool doing 2-a-day trainings? Like, why?
Again, Klopp and his little sidekick.
Chris, no comments, okay?
Intensity.
Chris, no comments from you.
Okay.
And then also a point to make, right? Let's just say in the altar world, we was getting Jude Bellingham, right? In the altar world. You know how I put that? It's like me saying, I'm going to go and get a Ferrari. What am I going to go and do? Get the Ferrari and let it sit down there? Don't I not have to worry about gas, maintenance, and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah,
so
you buy the Ferrari and you push it home, right?
So getting Bellingham would have been doing what for us? Because we don't have nothing to support him or anything like that. Yeah. So it was literally kind of like mind-boggling, right? It was literally mind-boggling. And again, as I said, most of us have this South American, Caribbean, kind of African, whatever background. Remember when your grandmother said, don't put a donkey in a horse race and expect it to win?
Yep. I firmly believe Jude's staying in Dortmund for another season. I firmly believe that.
Listen, even if he was going to move, Jude family watch him and say, listen, partner, if you move, you ain't going to Liverpool because guess what? We run a risk of your ass being injured, plus you ain't going to be going to anything anytime soon.
My biggest concern about Jude, to be honest with you, is his knee. And me and Chris talked about that. That knee is way too strapped up.
Bajan, I don't have any problem with Liverpool not getting let me put that on record, not getting the kid Jude.
I never expected him to come.
There's a boy in Boca Juniors called Alan Varela. You need to see him. He's better than Jude Bellingham.
Chris was telling me about him.
That's my
question is, why did we wait half around for 3 windows? That's the bit.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part. Klopp wasted all this
Alan
time.
Varela will cost us 17 million pounds. And trust you me when I tell you he is better than Jude. I think Alexis McAllister is a better player than Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Why have we waited so long to fix that midfield problem? And we are now in 8th. We are not going to do no Champions League.
To me, we talk about Jude Bellingham. To me, the 6 is more important. Have we not seen the problems we've had this season?
Yeah, we do need a 6.
Fabinho's 39. Like, He needs to get out of this team.
He's definitely 39. You do need a 6. You absolutely do need a 6.
You got to
But
check
guess what?
Fabinho's passport.
Fabinho got that African passport.
He does.
Yeah. He's even Peruvian. He slipped over the border. He slipped over the border, man. So when he was coming from Peru, nobody knew his real age. But the thing is this: if you are a serious person, you don't allow something like this to happen over 1 window, 2 windows, 3 windows.
True.
Right? I always say this. Let's just say you simply needed to plug a hole. You needed a stopgap measure. Azedin Unahi was available.
Oh my God. Yes.
Marseille snapped him up for 8 million euros. How cheap was that?
How are we not on that? I was saying that for time. Like, how did we not pick that guy up? Oh.
Yes. Why didn't we pick him up?
So we don't do that, man. We don't do that.
Because
We don't do
those of us who have a problem with Klop have a problem with Klop because of acts of omission and not necessarily commission.
Yes.
Right? I remember, you guys remember this movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? When what was that guy's name? The guy who played the bad. What was his name? Lee Marvin, right? He shot somebody. He was going to shoot somebody. The guy was begging, no, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And he said, okay, I'm shooting him for what he did and you for what you didn't do. Right? What Klop didn't do is the biggest problem, not what he did. What he didn't do. How could you not have gotten? Look, I always say, look, anybody can say what they want to say about Gakpo. Gakpo is a good player. He's a good player we didn't need at the time we bought him. That's the truth.
Yeah.
We bought him with a knee-jerk reaction on a whim and a prayer. We just bought him. And foolishly, and I was one of them, we were all happy we'd done a number on Manchester United. But Manchester United were smart. They got Casemiro. If we had bought Casemiro, we wouldn't have been where we are.
Yeah, they even got
I didn't want Casemiro. Too old, man.
They even got Sabitzer, which we could have used as well.
Well, they bought Sabitzer.
Well, he's on loan.
Well, loan doesn't matter. This guy, Amrabat, was on loan. We didn't get him.
Yeah.
And what we got was the chocolate pirouette, the fruit cake, the fucking, what's his name? The cream cracker we got, right? That's the one we got. The guy who snaps, crackle, and pops like icicles. That's the one we got. So we are paying him £110,000 a week, and that's only half of his wages, right? We paid £4 million for him, and he's played 13 minutes. Nice money if you can get it. In my next life, you all remind me to be a footballer.
That's why he called you.
That dude is on 230,000 pounds a week, Arthur, and he's played only 13 minutes of football this whole year.
Honestly, I will rinse him dry this season.
Another thing I find difficult to understand about Klopp. Why isn't he playing that guy?
Yeah.
You're paying him.
He's not the favorite, man.
That's the problem.
Hendo and Fabinho.
Hendo every minute.
Chris,
I think Fabinho gets sold this summer. I think.
For those of you, Chris and Maddie, those of you who have worked as soldiers, right? Do you have to like somebody to work with the person?
No.
Do you?
No.
Do you have to like somebody to work with a person?
No. You don't have to.
When you work with somebody, the period that you have to work together to make whatever entity that you are serving do well. After that, you don't have to socialize with the person. When you were in the army, were you socializing with everybody? Were you going to the mess with everybody?
No.
No. Make him earn his keep.
Everybody angry now. Wait till Monday night after the Leeds game.
We'll be beaten at Leeds.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
You think so? You guys think so?
Yeah.
Let me spell the script for you. Leeds will score early. Okay? They'll score early park the bus. We'll play our little triangles. Salah will miss. He'll probably miss another penalty. Because trust you me, if we get another penalty, he's going to go take it and miss. Again, they won't let somebody else take it.
So Adrian,
I still got the handlebar when he
Something wrong with us, man. Something seriously wrong with us, man.
Don't worry, Chris. Trent will be back in his position, not inverting into midfield because Klopp didn't want to do it, and then it'll be the same old rubbish from last time.
Why don't, if we're experimenting, if he chose to experiment and put Trent in midfield or whatever, inverted, whatever, mumbo jumbo, whatever that is, why doesn't he put Simicast as right back? He's 2-footed.
Yeah.
Chris,
the position that we're at now, we should be experimenting for next season.
Absolutely,
What's up,
we should be experimenting. They should put Abdul Albert as the goalkeeper. Alisson is injured.
Chris, I have one simple question for you. Did you always hear the elders and them say not everybody got common sense?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the general census these days, bro. That seems to go.
But I heard also there's like rumors that FSG, like the clubs, the institutions they own, is on a bad place right now. I know the Red Sox are in a bad place.
Yeah,
I know the Penguins are in a bad place.
The Penguins just didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That guy,
getting beat up.
that John Henry guy.
I'm
like
surprised.
I've always told you, his Viagra makes the wrong parts of his body grow. Right? The blue pill he takes is making his neck longer, not his dick. That's why he keeps doing the shit that he keeps doing.
But you know, I'm surprised because John Henry is a legit baseball fan. Like, that's his sport. And to see the Red Sox the way they are is crazy for me.
Because
Chris, he doesn't want to invest in the team.
You can't tell billionaires what to do, especially in an American sport, and that's the thing. Because if you also remember, I think it was 2 years ago they fired their manager, but then they rehired him again.
Yeah,
because the fans went wild,
and that's what's happening right now. Didn't Mike Gordon come back?
Well, Mike Gordon came back because they realized that Klop was messing up. Listen, they virtually just handed over the team to Klop.
They did.
That's what they did. And then when they started getting reports, listen, John Henry does not understand, does not know the difference between shit and shinola when it comes to football. Because how does the owner of Liverpool miss Manchester United and Liverpool? How does the owner of Liverpool, all of you in this picture, in the chat, right? If you want to go to Liverpool, you have to pay for transport, including me. Right? Paid for transport called COVID. Okay? John Henry needs to call his pilot and say, hey, prick, fuel up the jet. We are fucking flying to John Lennon. That's what we're doing.
Hold on.
Right?
Okay,
and he didn't show up for the Manchester United match. That's the biggest football match in club football. If you're on planet Earth, he didn't show up, and he's the fucking owner. So he doesn't know anything. He just handed it over to Klop, and Klop has just fucked around with that team, and he's fucking messed it up with that little prick he calls his assistant. Fucking Pep Prick Lindes. He's always fucking whispering into his ear. Even on the park, he fucking whispers into his ear on the park.
They share the same bed together. They share the same underwear, socks. They're a couple, man.
It's true. Jamie, I got a remedy for that. Sea moss and some raw roasted peanuts, and that will help you good.
There you go.
Fucking going to a party and eating kebab and you ain't got no teeth. Fucking.
Oh man, listen. Yeah, that's why I want Klopp out, to be honest, because I don't see any changes with him. Even if we get other players, we're going to see a serious same injury issues. Pops, regards your question, Pep Linders has to go at the end of this season. He could go and take that Ajax job 100%. I don't want him in this club. And I feel personally, in my opinion only, Klopp lost the dressing room when he allowed Linders.
Thank you, Bajan. Thank you. I've been saying that for the longest while.
All of this PR madness with a book that shouldn't have come out to begin with.
I feel that's why VVD is playing like shit too.
Yeah,
Because I
agree.
feel BVD like he likes, yo, I ain't got no respect for this man no more, man. This
I told
nonsense.
people this a while ago that if they look at the Liverpool team there, and Chris, you would allude to it, their body language and stuff, they just don't care for it goes in one ear and it rocket out the other.
Yeah.
Have you guys
People
also
know.
noticed that they've killed Darwin Nunes? You see, have you
Yeah,
noticed they've killed him?
Yes.
Well, you buy a striker and you put him on the wing, man. Like he's
They've,
supposed to be
they've
playing in the middle.
completely lowered. They've
I
lowered
feel
his self-esteem.
so bad
They've
for
killed
Nunes.
his fire. They've doused his spirit. Now he's
I
like a
feel
fucking lame
so
bitch.
bad
He's
for
like
that
an early
dude
morning
because-
testicle. Lame.
Get in that Viagra.
He's
No,
like
no, but
early
it's
morning
true. It's like
testicles, all nice and soft. He ain't got no fire.
you
He's
look
completely
at Nunes before, and you look at him now, and it's two complete players. And this is the problem, as I tell people, and these content creators, I don't want to call their names,
No,
but I
don't do
just
that.
put them in check when I send them messages and stuff. They don't want to be able to say, you know what?
Man,
Wrong.
Nunes looks like I
And these
look.
are the same people, when you give them the choice, if you ask them if they believe in God, no, they're not 100% Christian, Roman Catholic, or whatever, but there's 100% believer in Klop. How hypocritical is that?
Nunes looks like something. He smoked something in Ocho Rios. Something I smoked in Ocho Rios. He looks like me after that smoke.
Right now, when Nunes plays, he's like one of our top defenders because he always running all the way back.
Yeah. I noticed that. He always in our half tracking
Play him
back.
in his right position, man.
Yeah, he should be playing striker.
Jesus.
He should be a striker.
He's a striker. Play him up the middle.
This is why I tell people, for this summer, players are going to be here in Liverpool coming at them and they're going to be like,
I don't know.
I don't think I want to go there because I ain't going to be playing the position I want to play.
Yeah.
And
That's what
when I
Klopp
said
used to
this-
say. No, he also say, I like to buy players that can play anywhere. That's the problem with Klopp.
Bullshit.
You know what I mean?
You guys who have been in the army before, you know that our players, right? Every time Mohamed Salah misses a penalty, I'm sure most of the players feel like the soldiers will feel at the base camp when there's an attack on the base camp and the camp commander goes and hides in his bunker. Because we have a penalty. You are the guy who is paid to deliver the goods. You are paid almost twice as everybody else. And you fucking miss the post. You actually, not the goalkeeper doesn't even make a save. He fucking misses the post. And guys, mark it anywhere. Let's get a third penalty anytime soon. He'll go and take it again and miss again.
So
Klopp will not have the balls to tell him no. You can't take any more penalties.
He doesn't. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask each one of you a question.
Yeah.
Who know if they're on the pitch and a penalty is awarded to Liverpool, is the number one taker for Liverpool right now in your eyes? And I'm gonna start with Chris, and I'm gonna go around the board. Chris, who is that person for you taking over? Who is the number one?
It depends who on the field, but I would
If
say
you have your
Fabinho.
traditional guys and the
Fabinho.
favorite,
It'll probably be Flacco. Yeah, it'll probably be Flacco.
For me, it's Flacco as well. Crab?
Yeah. Flacco. If Flacco not on the field, I'm asking.
Nunes, man. Darwin, he's a striker. Hit the ball back in there.
If I was not on the field, I'm asking for a coin to do a coin flick, heads or tail, and go with it that way. Because, as I said, right now, these players and them have lost the trust of Klop, so I don't even think now that they are even performing how they're supposed to be performing. So they're just going to go in and it's like, well, if I score, I score. If I don't score, what the hell? It's a wasted season anyway. And that's why, as I said, Klopp,
I think I
will
go with Fabinho if he's on the pitch.
Yeah.
If he's not on the pitch, I'll go with Nunes. I think
Nunes.
But how many times does Nunes be on the field?
If we want to give Nunes some of his confidence back, we should actually let him take penalties.
Yeah,
whatever it is we do, Mohamed Salah should be a no-no.
Yeah, but
See?
uncle, how
Yeah.
many times does Nunes be on the field? Because
Well,
sometimes
that's a whole other program, right? That's another
even when
program
he's
altogether.
playing well, he may not be scoring, but he's putting in that effort. You take him off.
That's a whole other program. That's like another program, man. You have to solicit Bajan Barnes to do another program. For why the fuck they keep taking him off? That's like another 2-hour program.
It's true. So Uncle Albert, you were at the game. Let me ask you a question. How bad was Robbo's miss?
Listen, Robbo is awful. And look, you have to be sitting in the stands to see how disastrous he is. That was awful. We say, okay, so he's not good with his right foot. Okay, we accept it. He's so left-footed. So you had the chance with your left foot, and what happened? He also missed the fucking post. That guy is awful. Let me tell you what, he's completely awful. He's useless, beyond useless. Right? And the worst part of it is how far up he gets caught up on the pitch. Look, there are a lot of things going wrong with our team. Okay? And I don't think Klop can fix it.
I don't think so either.
No.
Because you need a manager who is going to come in and say, Robertson, you're gone. To say, Fabinho, you're gone.
I think Fabinho's going this summer, though.
Henderson, you're going. Right? You're going. You're not going to play for this team again. Mohamed Salah, you're going. You need that manager because there are too many players who are in a funk. They are in a comfort zone. All this Salah penalty miss business is about his own personal stats. It's not about the team. Yeah. Let me tell you another very good penalty taker in the team, the goalkeeper. Alisson. He's a very good penalty taker. So they have options. It's not like they don't have the options.
You're not going to put a keeper to take a penalty, man.
Well, many goalkeepers take penalties. And they are actually better at taking penalties than the players because they need to go and save it. Right?
I won't put Alisson, though. Alisson will be my last choice.
You see, I'm just saying that there are so many options we have out there.
Of course.
And Klopp is unable to exercise those options. Because not only is he stubborn, I think he's stupid. Because nobody wants to accept the fact. He said he's dumb. Okay? He is dumb.
There's more right here.
We don't want to accept it. Anytime he said, "Oh, I'm Klopp in, but FSC out." Klopp in, FSC. Who appointed him? Who interviewed him? Who appointed him?
Yeah.
And look, those venture capitalists, they are not stupid. What they have done is they have put a face on their iniquities. So they're not going to fire Klopp. Yes, they're not going to fire him. But if Klopp had any dignity, he would walk.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, the last question I'm going to pose to the panel here before we end the stream tonight. Who is Klopp out and who is Klopp in?
I'm Klopp be gone.
I'm Klopp out as well.
I'm just retire, go sip pina coladas on some beach or something, just be gone. Because as I said, me personally, I tell people I have no you can get Klopp the world, it still ain't going to change a thing.
Okay. So that's the two of us, me and you, Maddie.
Because
my position on Klopp.
Because when he said he wanted to resign Milner, I was done.
You were done.
I don't watch Liverpool matches no more. I cancel all my subscriptions to football matches. I don't.
That was a madness when he said he want to resign Milner. So when he
said that, I was like, okay, it's
Klopp
done.
Out. Klopp be gone. Klopp gone with the wind.
So
and people,
like you Caribbeans say, I want him to be a gone man lyric.
You know,
gone fucking man lyric.
I'm good with it because, as I said, when there's no words that you can put to describe when he says he wants to resign Milner. Think about the message that sends to anybody who's on the team or anybody who thought about coming to the team.
Bajan Pop's taking a piss right here.
No, give that man £1 billion, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to sign Coop Miners. He'll sign Sanderberg. He'll sign Gallagher. He'll sign Mason Mount. How much do you have left? Right,
None.
and you sign them at unbelievable prices.
John, you Klop out, Klop in.
Bon voyage, Klop.
Klop out.
Yeah,
Crab,
Klop out.
you still Klop in?
I'm on the fence, man.
You're on the fence. Chris?
No, you don't even have to ask me that question. We already had this conversation.
And one more thing, Bajan.
I'm Klop out. I'm the staff out. I'm everyone out.
One more funny thing. God, what's his name? I just had his name. The little Indian guy, real knowledgeable and stuff. Rams.
Yeah.
When you hear Rams say he is done with Klop, that is a sign right there.
Bajan Pop says join our presence when we about to push out the stream. And he just trying to take a piss, posting questions while he pep Linders in. Pops, look, I ain't even encouraging you in that talk.
I'm telling you.
No, stop it right now, man. Stop that. That's not funny, man.
They might bring him in, but trust me, he's not going to be.
I feel it will be true, though. I feel it will be true because they can get rid of Klopp and it's all right, Pep. Do your thing.
Yo, listen, man.
FSG would do that.
I don't have any medication for indigestion, man. Stop that.
Listen, FSG would do that. Trust me, man.
So look, if Klopp was to leave this club before we leave the stream, who would you prefer to be a coach at Liverpool?
Klopp ain't leaving.
If you ask me, I've always said I'll go for the Argentinian coach Scaloni.
Yeah, you've been saying Scaloni for a while. For me, I need
because you see, those are the only kind of coaches who will accept the kind of money that these people are prepared to offer under the conditions for which they want. You can't go for Zidane and ask him to come and coach Liverpool. He won't come.
That's why we take a Xabi Alonso right now.
Yeah, I would take him too.
I would too.
One of the reasons why I like Scaloni is that he's been a Premier League player before. He played for West Ham, so he actually knows the terrain. Any manager who actually doesn't know the terrain will struggle. You know,
Xabi would be good too because he knows the Prem.
I'd go in a completely different direction.
Probably Steven Gerrard.
Probably wouldn't take FSG, but I would go Luis Enrique. But he's not going to take the money we've got here.
I don't want Luis Enrique near my club.
I
don't want Enrique in my club.
Enrique near my
Wait,
club.
how come?
FSG.
How come?
I don't
FSG,
rate him, man.
Well, it's like I like his football. It'd be something completely different to Klopp. That's why I would like.
But we used to play beautiful football too, you know. I mean,
that was
everybody seemed like we used to play bad football all the time. We played beautiful football on the Klopp at one point. You know what I mean?
Luis Enrique can come with Pedri and Gavi. We'll take him.
Yes, exactly.
Well, then I would take him for sure, 100%.
It's true.
Get that Barca connection in, yeah.
It's true. Chris, who would you take?
Oh no.
Anyone Spanish, I don't care.
Oh no.
Anyone Spanish. I truly believe that the Spanish league is better than the Premier League. And it says it in every statistical European competition number. When the Prem teams play against the Spanish teams, they lose. And the Prem has more money and better players. So that means these Spanish teams are tactically better.
You're talking about two Spanish teams, man. Come on, bro.
No.
Come on. You're talking about Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Sevilla, Villarreal.
Come on,
What's
man.
going on? Sevilla, Villarreal.
Come on. Nah, Chris. Come on. Stop that.
Come on.
Come on. Valencia and Villarreal and them is big English teams. Come on, bro. You're talking about
Sevilla,
Barcelona and Madrid. That's it. Barcelona
Sevilla,
Madrid. That's it.
Sevilla, Villarreal.
That's it, bro.
Come on. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Spanish league ain't nowhere near Premier League status. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
And Bajan Pops, I know
Two
you
different
Klopp
things.
still.
It's two different things. Technical and power. Pace and power is the Premiership. Technical is the Spanish league. So you're looking at two different monsters.
Yeah,
Actually,
but,
pretty
all right,
to
but
watch.
look at for example, look what Emery's doing right now.
Yeah, we got a decent side. Villa's a decent side. That's why Gerrard was fired.
Yeah, because he.
Let's be
Gerrard,
honest.
I don't want
Yeah, he was
Gerrard in our
underachieving.
club though. I don't know what people think about Gerrard.
No.
I don't want him in our club
Nah.
either.
He needs more time. He needs another 5 years.
Yeah, you need seasoning.
He's probably not going to go back into management, to be honest.
You think so?
If
You
I
think
was
so,
him,
Pops?
I would stay on TV.
Yeah,
Really?
but,
Wow.
I
Coach
think,
you on the
But he
21,
nearly
youngsters.
he nearly went to coach Poland, didn't he? He nearly went
Really?
to coach Poland
Oh wow.
until the polls said they didn't want him.
Oh,
oh, that's not a good sign, then, is it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But everyone, make sure you smash a like. Thanks for joining us today. Call-in show. We've been on for 2 hours. Big up to all of you. Appreciate all
Big
the
up,
support.
Baz.
for
Big
the
up, big up.
channel.
Big up the whole
Big
panel.
up to Uncle Albert. Feel better, bro. I want you to get better, my man.
Take
Well,
some
I'm
more
gonna
Viagra,
I'm gonna
Albert.
I'm
Take
gonna
some
go
more
to the
Viagra.
forest. I'm gonna go to the forest game, and we better not lose.
Nah, we gonna win the Forest game.
Come on, we're gonna win that, man.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll win. We'll win.
we did lose to Bournemouth, and they're down there too.
Yeah, it's true.
We can do anything. The only thing we can't do is to win against Real Madrid. That's the only given with Liverpool. We can do
It's
anything.
true. That's our bogey team. That's our bogey team for sure. Maddie, bless up for joining us. John, bless up for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Trini man, respect.
Chris Angel, as always, brother to the channel. Blessings to come up. Bajan Pops, you show up to the channel late, but that's all right. You were in the chat.
I was on for hours.
Ruffling some feathers.
He was eating dinner. That's what it was, man. Leave the man alone.
Yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
man. Nah, I was working.
Marianne, thanks for watching with us. It's 2:00 in the morning. Big up to you.
Subscribe, like.
Much love,
Like,
everybody.
comment,
Much
subscribe. We on the road to 500. It's
Get
been a
in
true
there.
blessing bringing content for you peoples. We got full weekend of the Prem stuff. Unfortunately, Liverpool don't play until Monday.
We don't lose until Monday.
So on Monday before we play the match, will be 11th, right?
Probably. Well, if all
That
things
could very
go,
well be so.
if all things go
God.
correct, yes.
Damn.
Wow.
It's one of them days. Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Squidly, you're not here for take time ride. Nobody here turn off a roach gully corner. You're not here, little boy. Squidly, take time ride. Squidly, take time ride. Cause you before yesterday you tell man say your bicycle fast, I'm a fan. Take time ride, boy. You're not here. Watch out. You know say Squidly not here. Watch out. Fully saw. Don't the trap. Yo, stop.
That is Liverpool right now in a minute.
Let me ask you guys something funny. Why does the guy start laughing every time Squiggly fucks up?
Because that's what senior people do, man. We just laugh at things like that. That's
Listen, I've seen some stuff growing up as a youngster. People drop down, all sort of thing, and you just dead with laugh. I
we
mean,
just
it's
call that being hard ears. When you're hard ears, you just feel.
It's true. It's so true. Ensman, big up Captain Sal, Mark A, Jamie Roach, everyone that was in the chat. Love to all of y'all. Thanks for supporting the channel. Big up to all of y'all. Bajan Reds, we are out. Peace.